Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back with another GOAT deck profile. If you don't know what GOAT is a format from way back around 2005, where this was basically the first format after a real ban list, and it was, most people declare it as one of the best skill intense formats ever, and a lot of players like to go back to that format sometimes, especially GOAT format. And yeah, I have a link in the description down below to goatformat.com. They will explain more and explain it way better than I can. Basically, this is a format with old cards, old powerful cards that we all know, like Pot of Greed, that were dominated by powerful staples, but they were all at once, so it's a really fair, balanced format, which results in really cool and fun gameplay. And I have a lot of decks to share. I already have my basic GOAT control deck profile up on the channel. If you want to start playing GOAT, that is one of the best deck lists to watch. And today I'm going to feature something really cool as well. I'm going to feature Chaos Control. This deck is a Chaos deck, and by Chaos I mean the Light and Dark control with Chaos Sorcerer and Blackluster Soldier. And the thing that this deck does is it gets value out of certain cards, like Thunder Dragon for example, to get really big hands, OTK your opponent with Chaos monsters, and basically playing discard traps as well to gain control of the board and eventually just beat down your opponent. So, to start things off, the first card we play is the Blackluster Soldier. It's really important that you have to buy a collector's rare from Toon Chaos. One Blackluster Soldier. The other trademark of the deck is triple Chaos Sorcerer. These are all our Chaos monsters, to make things chaotic, I guess. Then we play triple Thunder Dragon to fill up our hand and to fill up the graveyard with lights, which is a really important factor of Chaos. Then one of the other cards that we play to go plus or don't go minus is double Night Assailant. This card is a flip monster. When he's flipped face up, you can destroy one card on the field, or one monster on the field. And he has a second effect that if he's discarded, you can add a flip monster from your graveyard to your hand. So you can either discard him, add himself back, or discard him and add a different flip monster back. So in order to get some real good value out of that, we also play one of the best cards in GOAT. It's Cyberjar. When this card is flipped face up, you can destroy all monsters on the field, excavate 5 cards, all level 4 or lower, I believe. Yeah. You can either summon them in attack position or in face down defense position, and the rest of the cards go to your hand, and that goes for your opponent as well. So that really can add up a lot of potential. It can really fill up your board, or it can fill up your hand, either or. And to play some other flip monsters as well, we play Morphing Jar together with that, because you really need to have a good hand with this deck in order to play. We play one Dekochi as another target for the Cyberjar, and we play one Magician of Fate. I know one is a little bit unusual, but you know, together with this it's kind of fine. This deck doesn't really rely on getting spells back as much as like basic GOAT control, because you kind of want to kill your opponent faster. So you're not in for the long games. Play Spirit Reaper, because this card is kind of difficult to out in GOAT, and I thought it would be nice together with Cyberjar. I played Sengan, of course. Sengan is really good. I played a one Tsukiyomi. So I like Tsukiyomi, but I don't like it at 2. I played a Breaker, the Magical Warrior, one of the best darks. I played a one of Sinister Serpent, because discarding gets advantage. The last card I play is a light monster, which is DD Warrior Lady, to kind of up the light ratio of the deck. Of course, a lot of these cards are light, as well as Magician of Fate, etc. So then up to the spell cards. I played double Book of Moon, because I like Book of Moon. Play 2 Nobleman of Crossout. And that's where all the multiple spells stop. So this is kind of a, you know, it's kind of a jack of all trades deck. That's the way I like to play it. Might not be the most optimal way, but it's a lot of fun to have all these utility cards in there as well. So for one of the discarding spells, I play one Lightning Vortex. This card is really good. Then I play the Graceful Charity. If you have 2 of these and Graceful Charity, you go +3, which is insane, or +2. Play with a Pot of Greed, of course. The Heavy Storm, the Delinquent Duo, which all makes sense. Because we get stuff to the grave, we play Premature Burial as well. Play one Snatch Steal, one Mystical Space Typhoon. And a card that some people play and others don't. It's Card Destruction. Discard your hand, your opponent does that as well, and you both draw the exact amount that you discarded. This works amazing, combined with the Thunder Dragon and the Night Assailants. It can give up huge potential, and it can basically, with Night Assailant, refill your hand, and it's insane. And also the amount of times that you can just disrupt your opponent with it is also really good. So yeah, and I play the one Sakuretsu Armor, only one. Play one Raigeki Break, because discarding really isn't a thing. Discard one card, destroy one card on the field. Play the spell Shield type 8. This card can negate a spell card that specifically designates a monster, or you can negate any spell by discarding one card. People don't really see this coming ever. It's really useful to stop a Nobleman of Crossout, but it's also really useful to just stop any power play like a Heavy Storm or even a Graceful, because discarding in this deck really doesn't hurt because you're discarding things like Thunder Dragon or Night Assailant anyway. You play the one Dust Tornado. And then for the staples, I play the one Ring of Destruction, the one Call of the Haunted, the one of Mirror Force, and the last card is Torrential Tribute. That's it. I'm not playing Scapegoats in here. Basically because I don't think a card like that is necessary. I'm not playing Metamorphosis as well because I'm not playing Scapegoat. This basically is one of the, kind of more toolboxy decks. I really like playing this. It always goes really good. It always goes really well. Of course, you can brick on your Chaos Monsters and your Thunder Dragons, but that's a thing. But I opt to play as many, consistency cards. Consistency are hand cycling cards to, get a better result. And yes, so far this deck has worked really wonders for me. If I'd go to a tournament, I'd probably play something along like this. Again, I don't have a side deck for this deck because I haven't played a tournament yet. But if there will be a tournament soon, I will update with a side deck. But yeah, this deck is just a lot of fun to play, which is really what GOAT is for me. I don't want to play anything like Burn or anything like, what's it called? I have Reasoning Mill as well, but it's just not fun. The thing is that the GOAT control is really cool and really fun to play. There are a lot of decks that differ from that as well. This deck is really different as well, and you can put out some powerful cards as well. Some other options that I've played for a while was like Return from a Different Dimension, which is also really good. And you can play some more dark targets with that as well. But I'm trying the flip build now because I thought that would be really fun. And yes, so far it has been really fun. Cyberjar flipping, add 5 cards to your hand is really insane. It's kind of wild that a card like that exists in GOAT, and it might be up to you if you want to play stuff like that, but I found it so far to be really cool and fun. And yeah, that's the deck profile. There's more to come. Up next will be the Reasoning Monster Gate combo deck, which will basically explain why the deck is really broken, really unfair. And after that I have Nephthys, so if you want to see those decks, be sure to stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.